Sipping on cognac, we're swinging for fun. I wanna party like it's 1941.
Don't treat so mean. You're the maddest old woman that I ever seen. I guess if you stay so, I have to pack my things and go. Oh woman, don't treat so mean. You're the maddest old woman that I ever seen. I guess if you stay so, I have to pack my things and go. That's right. I have to pack my things and go. No, baby, listen, baby, don't treat me this way, 'cause I'll be back on my feet someday.
Don't care if you do, 'cause then it's just you ain't got no money and just no good.
But I guess if you say so, I have to pack my things and go. That's right. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack, hit the road, Jack, hit the road, Jack, hit the road, Jack. I have to pack my things and go.
Welcome to Crossfire. My name is Emily, and I will be monitoring this process. To begin, please join the process room at hackbox.ca, using the room code displayed on your screen. Prepare for player selection and almost certain obliteration. Lotibus is selected. Nando is selected. BC 2014 is selected. Fetz is selected. Stilgar is selected. Puzzleeden is selected. Brigb is selected. Mark is selected. Riff is selected. Pyro is selected. Clivy is selected. Ralph is selected. Here is how the process will take place. Answer the multiple choice questions. 10 pennies are awarded for each correct answer. After each question, a candidate who gave a wrong answer is eliminated at random. If all candidates are correct, all candidates are up for elimination. The last candidate remaining wins a 50-penny bonus. Good luck! Question number 1. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was C. Lotibus, you have been reduced to atoms. Please enjoy the experience. Question number 2. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was A. Goodbye, Fetz. It's nothing personal. Question number 3. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was A. Thank you, Mark, for volunteering to test the targeting system. You will be pleased to know that it still works. Question number 4. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. The loss of BC 2014's body was a sacrifice I was willing to make. Question number 5. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was A. A moment's silence for Nando. Thank you for the respectful moment of silence. Question number 6. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was C. I regret that you have been obliterated, Puzzle Eden. Question number 7. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. It turns out safety mode was disengaged. Pyro. What a shame.
What a shame.
Question number 8. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was A. I regret your loss, Ralph. Question number 9. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. Brig just lost £136 in 1 second. Congratulations. Question number 10. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was C. You have made a terrible mess, Stilgar. We will be sending you the cleaning bill. Question number 11. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was B. Clivy has been eliminated. They will be missed. Congratulations to Riff, you have survived the process and are awarded 50 bonus pennies. You are also still alive, which must be something of a relief. Until next time, thank you for playing Crossfire. Goodbye.
evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome to Game Night on Saturday the 17th of February. Hope everyone is keeping well, and remember, peace was always an option. Hope everyone's well and having a good weekend. I'm ticking along quite well. Went on a 4-and-a-bit mile hike with Dexter earlier on today. All around the nature reserve and the harbour, Pagham Harbour, that was it. It was very nice. I hope my microphone's working now. It seems to be. I seem to be getting bars. Anyway, well done to Riff on winning Crossfire there. Thank you to Mr. Vertigo for that pack, to Kodo for proofing it. Hope everyone is doing well, at any rate. Possibly a slightly shorter stream tonight, because we've just got the 2 games. One of them is auto running in about 45 minutes. The other one is generally quite short, but new software, so who knows what will happen. And we may have, I may do a bonus game, I may not. Well, I'll see how the mood takes me and what we've got available. Could do a retro game or something we haven't played for a long time, that might be fun. But the first game of the night, post Crossfire at any rate, has been written by Lingomaniac, and I hope your crossword brains are all engaged and you've got pen and paper ready, because it is time for Cryptex. And if you would like to play one of the only remaining games that is still done exclusively through Twitch Whispers, it's NHNQ into the chat. Show you a whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot over the course of the game. Answers typed in public chat will not be processed by the game and may be deleted by a moderator and may still be charged. Good evening to you all. Hello to Shapes, Mark, Fetz, Nando, Samster, Arun, AB Me, and Pyro. Good evening, Lottibus and Silwin90, Stilgar and Lewis, Lupine and Nicogramma, Toot and Puzzle Dan, Riff and Colin, Kegler, Jogging, Dalton, Brig, Clive, good evening BC, and Dan and Connors, and 8 Minky and Battyman and Servo, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering and lingering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining us for what promises to be a short and sweet and hopefully quite fun game night for you all. Starting off with Cryptex. This one has been proofed by me, written by Lingo. I think this is a little bit on the tough side, not like savant level tough, but there's a couple in there that you need to have. If you've got it, maybe your brains work differently to mine, you might be all wrong. It feels like it's very crosswordy, very well put together. I think it's very fair all the same, but maybe a notch up on the difficulty scale from perhaps the ones we've had in more recent episodes. Silver Electron, welcome to the stream. And absolutely, what's life without a bit of challenge? No, please don't all leave, because I said it's a bit harder. It'll still be fun. It'll still be fun all the same. I'll give you a few minutes to come and join. There is any time entry on this game. If you change your mind, want to come and join halfway through, you're very welcome to do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 21 players in so far. We'll give it a few minutes before we get going. How are we doing for time? Yeah, it's approaching 8:30, so we should get this underway in the next couple of minutes. I would say fairly. And Dalton. Fairly important. You've basically, for each crossword clue that you solve, you need to take a letter, which then goes into the final solution, and there's big points available if you can manage to crack the Cryptex. It's very strongly advised writing it down, either pen and paper. I know some people use Notepad++ or Google Sheets or something. Obviously Google Sheets is fine, Google itself is not. Just a quick refresher that we strictly prohibit any form of Googling or cheating in these games, so make sure it's just you and your brain. But yeah, grab yourself some pen and paper. Flour on the table to the right, that will do indeed. Yeah, thanks to some red wine, sort of finishing off a bottle. Might go open another bottle in a bit, might not, see how I feel. I'm doing this new thing where I'm sort of moderating how much I'm drinking, and not drinking every day. I feel better for it though, it's good. Mind you, I'm feeling a little bit I'm knackered, to say. Big walk earlier on, and just all busy at the moment. Of course, we've got the 400th episode on the horizon. That's in 4 weeks' time, which technically means today is the, let me look at a calendar, 396th or 395th? 499989796. 396th episode of Game Night. Right now, 16th of March. Do mark your calendars if you haven't done so already, because that's the 400th episode of Game Night. All day stream from about 11 a.m. And going on probably till about 1 in the morning. Lots of things to look forward to. I know question packs are coming in from our writers. We're probably about halfway there now, which is great. And it's going to be a good day, raising money for an amazing cause, Calm Campaign Against Living Miserably, which is a suicide hotline, and do some marvellous work. So if you can come along, even for a bit of that, even if you can't make it for the whole thing, but if you can pop along for an hour or two, it'd be lovely to see you. So yes, coming up very soon, 4 weeks today. And yeah, I'm just aware how much I've got going on in the next 4 weeks, as I'm away with work twice. And then I've got a concert on the 3rd of March, and yeah, it's just mad at the moment, but it's good. Dexter has done mainly sleeping since we got back, Colin. Yeah, because I mean, I did 4 miles, he must have done at least 7, because he sort of zooms about and zips back and forth. So yeah, he'll be a very tired Daniel at the moment, but he's a good Daniel. Right, I think we are going to get underway. So, with 23 players in the game for this pack of Cryptex as written by Lingo. Yeah, very good. If the S7 is like 49 in dog miles as well, that's very true. If we're all here, let's play. Non-zero chance this is the last time we play this game in this software, because it's next on the agenda to rebuild after Distinction had its rebuild, and we'll get to play Distinction a bit later on in the new software in the brand new shiny studio. Should be a lot of fun. We've got a pack from Proves to look forward to, so yeah, make sure you stick around for that, coming up in about an hour's time, 45 minutes to an hour's time. Should be good laugh. Right, round 1 is decryption. Every 20 seconds you'll be presented with an index number and an 8-letter clue. There are 8 clues in total. These clues will help you to crack the cryptex at the end of the round. Clue and the cryptex share the same letter in the index position given. So if you're given, for example, 6 hopping Australian marsupial, the answer would be kangaroo. Kangaroo is worth 5 points. You then want to take the letter in the 6th position, in this case R, and pop it into that slot of your cryptex. Over the course of the 8 clues, you will build up the 8 letters that you need in order to crack the cryptex. After all 8 clues have been revealed, there will be a 10-second break, and at any time before that break, you may submit the answer to any of the clues that have been revealed. Each correct answer is worth 5 points, and any incorrect answers or repeats cost you 1 point, so be mindful of what you are typing. But yes, you can, if you think of an answer suddenly 2 clues later, even though it's no longer on the screen, you can still give that answer as long as we haven't hit that break point. After the break, you need to crack the cryptex. You only got 1 attempt to do that. Cracking the cryptex is worth 20 points, and an incorrect answer will cost you 10 points. You do not have to try the cryptex. Abstention will keep your score where it is. You've only got 1 attempt to do it, and you don't have to have solved all of the clues in order to get it. You might have just got 5 or 6 of them and be able to piece together what it's after. The cryptex will always be a real word, so it's not just a guess that you're looking for. So sometimes it's worth a punt, sometimes not. You'll have to make that decision. As we've mentioned already, pen and paper strongly encouraged for this game due to the amount of information that you have to retain from one phase of the game to the next. If you're all ready, there are 2 cryptexes in this round, 2 in the next, and then 3 in the final, rules for which will be explained in due course. Good luck. This pack from Lingo. Round 1 is decryption. Let's play. Starting with the only evolution that can learn Aurora Beam. You want the 3rd letter. Players breaking cover here. Let's go on. Skin condition associated with liver problems. All of these clues incidentally are 8 letters long. In this case, you want to solve it and then take the 5th letter. Onwards. National tabloid, first published in 1926. National tabloid, first published in 1926. You're the first letter of this word. There we go. Host of 25 words or less. You're the 7th letter. roaring era. Roaring era. 8 letters, you want the 6th. You know what we're talking about. You've got it down to 1 in 10 at that point. Probably limit it even more when you have take the letter count into consideration. Let's have another. Letter carrier? 4th letter. Letter carrier? With a question mark, so it's a somewhat cryptic clue on this one. As befits a game of this name. The happy hormone associated with love. 8 letters, you want the 2nd. The happy hormone associated with love. Final clue, a city in which 2032 Summer Olympics will be held. 8 letters, and you want the 8th. Up 10 seconds to check you're working. Can you crack the Cryptex? No one has got all 8 by the looks of it. Can you piece together a word from the letters you've got? 20 seconds to solve. Slim pickings, only a smattering of players managed to solve that. Half a dozen, I think. 7, in fact. Expedite was the answer. The only evolution that can Aurora Beam is the water type Vaporeon, from where we got the P. Skin condition associated with liver problems would be jaundice, from where we got the D. The National Enquirer was the tabloid first published in 1926, from where we got the E. Meredith Vieira hosts 25 words or less, from where we got the T. Meredith is what we wanted. The Roaring Twenties, from where we got the I. A letter carrier would be an envelope, from where we got the E. The happy hormone associated with love is oxytocin, from where we got the X, and the city in which the 2032 Summer Olympics will be held is Brisbane, where we got the E. Tricky start, but Toot is in the lead at the moment with 50. Nando is just behind on 47. Mark on 45. Clive on 44. Lupine 43. Fets on 40. And Shapes on 38. That concludes the players who cracked the Cryptex. Servo on 20. AB Me 19. Owen Dalton on 15. Brig and Riff and Silver Electron and Jogging all on 14. Another Cryptex, starting with this clue. Algebraic unknown. 6th letter. A few more getting in there. Let's take the next. Like a violin's neck, as opposed to most guitars. 2nd letter. Have a think about it and come back to it if you like. On to the next. How Archer says that's a double entendre. How Archer says that's a double entendre. Got the 1st letter of this one. And moving on, publisher of Starfield and Skyrim, 4th letter. On 2, in poker, a Broadway or wheel if it includes an ace. You want the 5th letter. This 8-letter word. So I've just counted the letters off because I didn't believe it was 8 letters, but it really is. Enterprise personnel destined for death. Enterprise personnel destined for death. 8 letters long, and you want the 8th letter. Index that diabetics care about. Careful with this one. 8 letters long, you want the 7th letter. Index that diabetics care about. And final clue of this Cryptex, a legal workaround. A legal workaround. You want the third letter. Mark has got all 8 here. Maybe me's just one shy. Seems to be a few more lights on this round, a few more blue lights coming on. The last chance to solve any of the puzzles or the clues from this Cryptex. 10 seconds now to check you're working. And then an opportunity to crack the Cryptex if you like. Remember, -10 if you're wrong, 20 if you're right, no penalty for abstaining. Crack the Cryptex if you can. It's what they used to do to alcohol. Prohibit was the answer, the solution. The algebraic unknown, that's a variable from where we got the B. A violin's neck is fretless, as opposed to most guitars, from where we got the R. How Arch says that's a double entendre. Phrasing, P is where we got from phrasing. Bethesda published Starfield and Skyrim, from where we got the H. In poker, a Broadway or a wheel straight, if it includes the ace, where we got the I. Enterprise personnel destined for death, that's a red shirt, from where we got the T. The index that diabetics care about is the glycemic, not glycemia, because that wouldn't work with the index, from where we got the I. And legal workaround is a loophole, from where we got the O. That is the end of puzzle 2. Mark now in the lead with 105. Clive's in second with 99. Toot in third with 95. Nando's got 92. Lupine on 87. Fetz is on 84. AB Me on 74. Owen Dalton 65. Silver Electron on 64. Jogging on 59. Shapes on 58. And Riff on 57. Nata, welcome to the stream as we move on to round 2. I think it's a it's the animated what's that court? That court video game that everyone but me seems to have played. Scorecount would know. Is it that is it Ace Attorney? I want to say Ace Attorney. It looked like Ace Attorney when I was proofing it earlier on. That's the one, Ace Attorney. Round 2 is combination. Gameplay is identical to round 1. Is it a different thing? Oh, it looked the same. When I checked it out earlier. I didn't retain that information for any length of time, but it seemed to check out. Gameplay same as before, but each clue is now a combination of 2 words. The ending of the first word is blended with the beginning of the second word. At least 2 of the letters will overlap. At least 2, sometimes more, but certainly not fewer. Poke hand of 5 hearts, for example, would be a flush. Bar black blank would be sheep. Overlap the 2 letters for an 8-letter mashup. Flush sheep. And once again, take the index indicated and put it into that slot of your Cryptex. In this round, you don't have to be able to solve the whole thing to get the letter for the Cryptex, so very often you'll see people who've only got 1 or 2 on the board but still managing to solve the Cryptex because they solved half a clue from earlier on, so they couldn't get the 5 points but they got the letter that they needed. Remember, at least 2 letters will overlap, and this is the round where I struggle to read all the answers. Let's see how we get on. Let's play. Starting with Iron Chef Bobby and a brief airport stay. Mash them up, overlap 2 letters, you get an 8-letter mashup, and take the 6th letter of that mashup. Onwards. Digital assistant that started on the App Store and Purple Metal in Stardew Valley. The 4th letter of this mashup. On we go. Less recent and develop a formula, perhaps for calculus. Less recent and develop a formula, perhaps for calculus. Got the 3rd letter of this mashup. Well done if you're getting this one. Moving on. Teacher in Tokyo and confiscate. Teacher in Tokyo and confiscate. Got the 5th letter. And have a think about the ones that have passed that you maybe didn't get. See if they can come to you later on. They're still worth points up until we get to the break point. Fabled obsessive Eminem fan and 7-piece mathematical puzzle. You want the 7th letter of this. I like this mashup. This is a good one. Southern figure and Marie or Koji. Southern figure and Marie or Koji. You want the 2nd letter. That's a particularly beastly clue on that first half of that one. It does check out. It took me a minute to get there. I was knowing the answer. On to the next. 24th and a half century antagonist and cassette predecessor material. Just going to check my pronunciation notes on this. 24th and a half century antagonist and cassette predecessor material. Final clue of this Cryptex. Overton has one in politics and wooden joiner in IKEA furniture. Fewer lights in this round, but that only tells half the story, of course, because you might have got half a clue but not the other half. 10 seconds to check your working, and then 20 seconds if you want to attempt to solve the Cryptex. It's worth 20 points if you can. Something I should have added, this will be a real word, not a mashed up word. This will be a real word, not a mashed up word. I don't know if you've got there. Medieval was the solution to the Cryptex. iChef Bobby and brief airport stay is flay and layover. Flayover. Siri and iridium. Ciridium is the next one. Older and derive. Olderive. Sensei and C's for sensees. Stan and tangram for stangram, which I liked a lot. Reckon and recondo. Marvin and vinyl, and window and dowel, windowl. It's the end of puzzle 3. Tricky puzzles in there, but well done if you're getting points on the board. Mark in the lead with 155, Toots in second with 145, Lupin's in third with 137, Fet's on 134, Clive's on 129, Nando 121, Shapes 108, Riff 97, AB Me 88, Silver Electron 84, Ohm Dalton 75, and Jogging on 64. Onwards to the next, same again. The fifth tasting group, monosodium glutamate, and brief from an expert on the first letter. I don't know if you've got that one. Second half of that's pretty tricky. Maybe you've got the letter. Moving on. Despise and Edgar Allan Poe's speciality. Or specialty, rather. Mash them up. At least 2 letters will overlap. Bumpy and Starbucks order on the 4th letter. Bumpy and Starbucks order. Mount McKinley's new name and full of energy. 8th letter needed here. Mount McKinley's new name and full of energy. Really fast boat and a programming language developed by Larry Wall in 1987. You want the 3rd letter. Think about some of these other clues as well. You can still solve them up until the break. 1.852 kilometers an hour and Seinfeld subject. And on. Spinning strength and VR headset made by Meta. Spinning strength. VR headset made by Meta. Remember, at least 2 of these letters will overlap. Pre-meal prayer and an acid found in vinegar. 5th letter needed here. Maybe you can still solve any of the other clues for the next 10 seconds or so. This is the final clue of this Cryptex. Couple of 7s up there, not seeing any 8s. And Nando, it's only half the story, and remember the Cryptex solution here will be a real word. Use the letters that you have managed to solve. 20 points if you're right, 20 seconds to solve it, starting now. Minus 10 if you're wrong. Suits got there. The solution to the Cryptex was universe. Well done if you got that. Umami and amicus for umamicus was the first. Abhor and horror for abhorror was the second. Uneven and venti for uneventi was the third. Denali and alive, denalive. Clipper and pearl, clippearl. Not and nothing, nothing. Talk and quest for torquest. And grace and ascetic, gracetic was the final one there. That is the end of puzzle number 4. Mark's in the lead, Lupine's in second, Toot in third, Clive just behind on 179, Nando on 176, Shapes on 153, Fetz 143, AB Me 121, Riff on 107, Silver Electron 99, Owen Dalton 85, Jogging on 74. One more round and 3 more puzzles to go. As we move into round 3, simply called Cryptex. In this round, you need to crack the Cryptex as quickly as possible. Do not submit answers to the clues, only crack the Cryptex. If you submit an answer to the clue and it happens to be 8 letters long, it will take that as your one attempt, because you only have one attempt per puzzle on this round. At the beginning of the round, the Cryptex is worth 55 points, clues are revealed every 15 seconds, and each clue will drop the value of the Cryptex by 5 points. You've got a single attempt. An incorrect answer will earn you 1 point for each letter in the correct position. So as it gets to the end, just type something with letters in the right place. They are worth some bonus points. This is the final round, only 3 Cryptexes remain. Can't stress enough, do not attempt to solve these clues. Some of them will be 8 letters long, most of them won't be. There'll be some random letters, but Cryptexes are still 8 letters long, and you still take the index that it indicates, but do not directly solve these clues. Just take the letter from it and solve it as soon as you are confident. But remember, you only get one attempt. Starting with, for 55 points, fun and games. Probably not one to have a go on. This could be any number of things, but the category is fun and games. Let's get some clues then. For 50 points, chill out, what you yelling for, etc. 11 letters, you want the 4th. Take the 4th letter of that answer. Add it to your Cryptex. Solve as soon as you are ready. Remember, the category is fun and games. For 45 points now, it's 0 at Greenwich. 9 letters long, you want the 1st. And just take that first letter, do not solve this clue directly. Its 13th season is subtitled Its 13th season is subtitled United Tastes of America. 10 letters, you want the 6th. 40 points available now. The category is fun and games. Clive's gone for it, and he's not got there. 35 points available now. Brand name of PTFE. 6 letters, you want the 2nd. For 30 points, American term for a torch. 10 letters, you want the 8th. Lupine first to get there, followed quickly by Nando. 30 points for each of them, very well played. Categories fun games, 25 points available now. Cartoon sequence planning tool. 10 letters, you want the 7th. Fun and games is the category, 25 points if you can solve now. Mark and Cola getting there at the same time, a run just behind. 25 points for each of them, well played. 20 points now available. Bottled water brand owned by PepsiCo. 8 letters, you want the 5th. Don't solve this clue, just take that 5th letter. $15 points now. How Michael Phelps got around as a baby. 5 letters, you want the 3rd. Arden Fetz is getting there for 15 points. Okay, that is all the clues. So type something now, put your letters in the right place. It will be worth some bonus points even if you're not right. Now's as good a time as any to attempt something you might be right. The category is fun and games. Just type something, it could be worth points. The solution, fun and games, was Leapfrog. Complicated was the name of that song. It's Zero at Greenwich, that was Longitude. Master Chef was the 13th season, subtitled United Tastes of America. Teflon is a brand name of PTFE. Flashlight is what the Americans call a torch. A storyboard is a cartoon sequence planning tool. Aquafina is the bottled water brand owned by PepsiCo. And Michael Phelps is a swimmer. Crawl is a baby. Crawl also being a swimming stroke, of course. Here we go. Another category. Law and Order. One attempt. You solve it now, you get 55 points. Or you could wait for some clues. Mark with the lead at the moment. Lupine in second, Nando in third. First clue then, for 50. More traditional than reform or conservative. 8 letters, you want the 5th. Do not solve this clue. It's 8 letters long, it will take it as your answer. Or your attempt. 45 points now. Check for spelling and grammar errors. 9 letters, you want the 8th. To check for spelling and grammar errors, I should say. Riff is getting there for 45 points. Big points. Very well done, Riff. Solving on the category of Law and Order. 40 points available now. Toot's taken them, as is Clive, as is Ardenfetz. When Deep Blue is forced to hurt itself. 8 letters, you want the 2nd. Mark's got there as well for 40. As has a run just. 35 now available. Royuk from Death Note, for example. 9 letters, you want the 1st. A few more coming in now. Kolo's got there. Shapes has got there. Remember the category is Law and Order. For 30 points, it can help an airplane move faster. 8 letters, you want the 7th. Jogging getting a solve there. Stilgar as well, I think. And there's Silver Electron for 30 points. 25 now. Sam Bankman-Fried's Field, briefly. 6 letters, you want the 4th. Law and Order is the category. For 20, 2-dimensional number. 7 letters, you want the 6th. One more clue to come. Now's the time to solve. For 15 points, gibberish spoken by a turkey. 12 letters, you want the 3rd. Solve now, every letter in the right place. You'll get a point even if you're wrong. So attempt something. You'll see your score going up. 10 points if you solve now. 1 point for every letter in the right place. If you're wrong, still worth a go. Type something, you could get some points. As long as it's 8 letters long. The solution on Law and Order was to subpoena. Orthodox is more traditional than reform or conservative. Proofread is to check for spelling and grammar errors. Zugzwang, when Deep Blue is forced to hurt itself, Deep Blue being a chess computer. Shinigami is Royuk from Death Note. A tailwind can help an airplane move faster. Crypto was Sam Bankman-Fried's Field briefly, as in cryptocurrency. Complex is a 2-dimensional number. Gobbledygook, because turkeys gobble. That would be gibberish spoken by a turkey. One more puzzle, Mark with the lead of 275. 55 points if you can solve now. Category is food and drink. Oh, bad luck there, Nando. Mixing up O and E. Hate to see it. Difficult one, though. First clue then for 50. Another name for Mother 2. 10 letters, you want the 8th. For 45, reacted to a dad joke. 7 letters, you want the 4th. Wow. Mark getting there for 45 points. That's obscene. Finishing on 320, cementing that win. On we go for 40 points. Game show hosted by Dick Clark, Michael Strahan, or yours truly. 7 letters, you want the 6th. Nando getting there for 40 as well. 35 points available now. Italian Turnover or Pinocchio's Puppeteer. 9 letters, you want the 5th. Brig has got there for 35. Colo's got there for 35. Any more? 30 points now. Tool Scene in American Gothic. 9 letters, you want the 2nd. Toot's got there, Cementing 2nd. And a Run has got there for 30 points as well. Battle still on for 3rd. For 25 points, non-contact variation of contact sports. 5 letters, you want the 1st. Jogging getting there for 25 points. Nando currently in 3rd place, pending Clive and Lupine. ABME getting there, 20 points available now. Bullfrog from Joy to the World. 8 letters, you want the 3rd. And with that, Nando takes the bronze. Lupine cannot hope to tie now for 15 points. Final clue of the game. One of 134 billion objects in an M2 Ultra processor. 10 letters, you want the 7th. And an opportunity for bonus points now for every letter in the right place. Type me something with 8 letters. And the category is food and drink. If you got this, the answer. Solution was tiramisu. Earthbound is another name for Mother 2. Groaned is to react to a dad joke. Pyramid is a game show hosted by Dick Clark, Michael Strahan, and yours truly, although it's a different sort of pyramid. Stromboli is an Italian turnover. A pitchfork is the tool scene in American Gothic. Touch is a non-contact variation of a contact sport. Jeremiah was Bullfrog from Joy to the World. Transistor was one of 134 billion objects in an M2 Ultra processor. And yes, as Lingo's noted here, technically Game Night's Pyramid is a different format, but hey, it still works. And that is the end of the game. And after 7 Cryptexes, Nando takes home the bronze with 252. Toot takes home the silver with 268. But Mark, with a very respectable 320 points, will take the gold. Very well played on a very tough Cryptex pack there. Well done if you've come out with points at all out of that game, because it was tough. I'll give you 3 times your score. So whatever your score is, times it by 3, that's the pennies you'll get. So a nice payday for Mark, 960 inverse nice times 10. Very nice indeed. And thank you to Lingo for that pack. I hope you had fun with it. So there was something in there across the way, something for everyone, but there were a couple of tough moments. But hopefully you had fun with it all the same. That has been Cryptex, possibly for the last time in this software, because it is on the agenda for a rebuild at some point in the fairly near future. I need to think about how to do it though, because I want to bring in the universal controller and stuff. So yeah, that's going to take some thinking. But thank you very much to Lingo for that pack. Speaking of the universal controller, you are going to need it for the next game, which is Distinction, as written by Proogs, and it's for the first time in the brand new software. The current version is 0.5.3, so if you're playing on a standalone, download the latest version, because it does affect this game, and unexpected behaviours can occur if you don't have the latest version. It won't necessarily just break, but it might seem to be working fine until you get to the one round where there's a new feature that isn't in your version, at which point it might stall. I know that happened to Inca a couple of weeks ago in Red Herring, so make sure you got the latest version, 0.5.3. Those links are now all live, including the Mac one. So if you are playing on a Mac and you want to try a standalone version of the app, you can download it from there. Alternatively, you can play in the browser, which is the top link. Because I've updated the app, unless you were in my test stream, my dev stream last Sunday, you will need to re-verify your account, which just means you'll be given a code when you first log in, and you'll need to type something to the chat. But that's pretty much all there is to that. It shouldn't take too long. And the game is Distinction. It's been written by Proogs. He's utilising the new software to its fullest, as you will see if you stick around. That's coming up in about 5 minutes' time. I'm going to go and open another bottle of wine. Go stretch your legs, take your meds, whatever you need to do. Nip to the loo. We'll be about 5 minutes. If you're not subbed, you'll see some adverts. If you are subbed, you'll get some cool electro swing. But we won't start the next game without you, so don't worry either way. Distinction coming up after the break. Thank you again to Lingo for this pack of Cryptex. Congratulations to Mark on the gold medal, and I will see you in a few minutes' time. Still don't think I'll ever tire of those titles because they are quite lovely. I'm looking forward to redoing them though at some point in the next time before we play Cryptex again, which I think is at the charity stream on the 16th of March. Kodo, welcome to the stream, and if everyone would like to grab some bonus pennies, Cryptex 113 if you want 113 bonus pennies. And coming up after the break, we've got Distinction. I'm going to put some adverts up, but we won't start it without you, and lots to look forward to in this next pack, so don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Are you waiting for? Get your girl and give her a spin. Let's get the party moving in full swing. Nothing like the feeling that the music can bring with a joyful beat. So get your fingers clicking, clickety click. Those shoulders dipping so slickety slick. Time is ticking with a tickety tick. So get on up and get down tonight. She bobbly doodin' doo, skiddly boppa doodin', get on down. Scoop, 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 laden doobly doo. Get on up and get down tonight. Say rock a doodin' doodin' doo. Shoop, shoopity bop, and I say get on down. Ba doopa doopa doopa, skiddly, get on up and get down tonight. Come on over to the floor with a jump and jive. Your body needs shaking to feel alive. Take my hand now, baby. Say what are you waiting for? Get your girl and give her a spin. Let's get the party moving in full swing. Nothing like the feeling that the music can bring with a joyful beat. So get those feet tapping with a ta-ta-ta. Those arms are flapping for the cha-cha-cha. The bass is slapping out the pa-pa. So grab yourself a partner and get down tonight. The ladies are chatting, say ooh-la-la, la-la. Strapping over by the fire. Singing like scatting skilly ba-ba-ba. Get on down, get on up and get down. Get on up and get down tonight.
Thank you very much. I hope you liked that one. That was our original song, Get Down Tonight. If you're enjoying watching us, we are Ellen the Pocket Bells.
Baby, I'm fed up tonight. I'm gonna tell you about it. I've been thinking for some time. I wanna figure it out. And baby, I don't think we're right. And now I'm starting to doubt if you really wanna be with me. You gotta make it real clear to keep your lady. It seems like every day we fight, but we're staying together. You always seem to change your mind, giving me pain and pleasure. Do you want me at your side? 'Cause I could find another man who could treat me better. Never leave and make it last forever. Hey, we could make it if we tried. Hey, we shouldn't fake this, it isn't right. Hey, I think you had enough of me, it's not so bad.
It's Distinction! It's normally where I say good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, but hey, we're here already! Welcome to Distinction, the all-new Distinction studio. Come and join the studio. Remember, you are going to need to revalidate your account unless you were on the dev stream last week, because I have updated the app. And even if you were, there's a chance you didn't play with the new, latest pushed version. So, Tadaru Topper, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. This pack has been written by Proogs, and it's a lot of fun. I promise you it's a lot of fun. So Cryptex is all very intense and serious. I love it as I do. It's quite intense. This one, it's chill. We'll have a lovely time. Come join the game. Come try my trampolines behind the audience. I need to put more of my games in big flashy studios like this one. Well, a couple of them are. The Purge is in the arena. Buzz-Off is in an arena. They're in the Buzz-Off studio arena. Escape Artist is in Quiz Prison. Yeah, some of them. I mean, Red Herrings used to be, and then that went to UI because I realised it was basically a UI game. Pokenuts, Random Zombie, Vertex Shell, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Bit too far for you, Patty and was it? I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a particularly tough pack, and it's quite a tough game at the best of times. But I think Cryptex, I think, isn't really for everyone. But people who like it really like it, and people who don't like it really don't like it. I don't think I've got many games like that. Generally speaking, games are either sort of universally meh or universally, the majority like it. There's not very many that sort of split the room like Brexit, as it were. But yeah, Cryptex, I think, is one of not many in that category. I might be wrong, but it's those who enjoy it really enjoy it. So it's got to be something for everyone, and that's, I think, what I particularly love about game night is that there are so many different formats that you might be able to you get a chance to play, and if you don't like this game, the odds are you'll like the next one. It's a cult hit. It's like Donnie Darko, is it, Mark? Yeah. Shapes, have you managed to get in? I've seen you've joined the lobby, but I've not seen a green stamp on your name yet. Anyone else having trouble getting in? There you are, Shapes. I see. Down the stairs you come. So this pack has been written by Proogs. Oh, right on the corner. It says, yeah, like Fight Club, a cult classic. I don't know, is that a cult classic or is it just a classic at this point? How many are in the audience? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 27 so far. It's good. This game you can join in between rounds. So even if you're not quite sure if you want to play it or not, join at the beginning, and then if it sort of takes your fancy, then you can join in. So just very quickly, a couple of changes that I've made to this. I sped up the leaderboard. Logs to Swag get the VIP seats. I don't know if it works like that. It would be quite fun to be able to put. It seems like a lot of effort for minimal gain, to be honest, Nando. Also favouritism, which is uncool. I've sped up the leaderboard a bit. On rounds 1 and round 3, there'll be now a blink. The question will disappear for about 5 frames, and then it will come back. So it will sort of permanently be there rather than disappearing for a second and a half. It now disappears for about a quarter of a second. That was always going to have to... I mean, there probably would be a way around it. That's one of the biggest changes, though. So the question will be in sight at all times. You still got that bottleneck of 1.5 second delay in between each. The feedback is slightly different on your devices as well. You get a little bit more information about what you've said and when. We did test this fairly thoroughly last Sunday. Might still be gremlins, so anything that you see that you think isn't right or you'd like to see improved, whack it into the suggestions section of the Discord and I will take a look at it. But I'm hoping most of it sort of worked itself out. Oh yeah, I got rid of the camera flash as well. It was quite cool as stingers for transitions go, but it was over-engineered for what it was, so I've gone back to the classic yellow drop and screen wipe now, which I did a completely new animation for the bounce on the text, even though I've just remembered I had it in the title screen. So I've got the same animation in 2 slightly different ways now. See if you can spot the difference. I think that's long enough. There's 28 of you in the lobby, and we're going to get on with this game. It comes to you from Proogs, who's utilising the new software to its fullest. If you're ready, let's play Distinction. Yeah, that bounce. It'll be very subtly different from the one in the titles, even though it's the same effect. Oh, yeah, I changed where the boards are as well. So we've got the band in the back. They'll be coming on after round 3 for a musical interlude. So 3 boards in this first round. The first answerer scores 20 points. The first person to find one of the answers gets 20 points. Subsequent answerers score 5 points if you submit within 5 seconds of the first answer. So there's a 5-second delay between the game receiving your answer and it displaying the answer. You still get those 20 points if you're the first one to find it, but that window allows people who are maybe slightly slower typer to get some consolation points, because it felt a bit unfair to punish people for typing slower, even though they've got the same answer. So you get some consolation points there. There's one bonus on each board, which is worth 30 points rather than 20 points, and you can give me a maximum of 3 answers. They can come from anywhere, so they can all come from one board. You can have 1 from each, or 2 from one and 1 from another. It's entirely up to you. 60 seconds on the clock, and it's just type as many answers as you can until you've hit your 3. No penalties for wrong answers, so just keep pressing and guessing. Give me as many answers as you can, and answer boards on the left and right have got 11, and the one in the middle has got 10. These are exhaustive boards, so whatever the criteria says, there will be exactly that number of answers that fulfill the criteria. Hope that makes sense, and I hope you're ready to play. 60 seconds on the clock, fingers on keyboards, as we reveal the boards, which are... excluding spaces, the 11 US states with names consisting of exactly 8 characters, the 10 most recent unique winners of the World Snooker Championship, and one of the top 10 best new UK TV game quiz shows of 2023 as voted by Bobbers Bar viewers, followers and others. The man himself in the street. Let's see if he gets any of them. Michigan is the first of our bonus answers to be found. Graham Dot is the second of our bonus answers to be found. So that one over on the right-hand side needs some filling in. 30 seconds. Oh, 4 more in 20 seconds. There's the third bonus answer. Brig finding Picture Slam. Can we get a perfect board? Oh. 2 to go. Grace time. 2 finding puzzling, and that last answer just eluding you there. Oh, so close. 29 out of 30. That's pretty good going, though, has to be said. So let's just go through them quickly. 20 points if you found a correct answer. 30 points if you got one of those 3 bonuses, and you did uncover all of them. The excluding spaces there was to exclude New York, which is technically 8 characters if you include the space, but we didn't want to include that. Sorry, Colin, you're quite right. 31 out of 32. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm still working on boards of 10 from the old software. But yes, you're quite right. 31 out of 32. Arkansas, Colorado, Delaware, Illinois, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan for that bonus. Missouri, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Virginia. And they were alphabetized as well, so maybe that gave you a little bit of a clue on there. Forgot to say that actually, it takes them in the order that you write them. I need to put a randomized board button on there somewhere. So the 10 most recent unique winners, these are not the last 10 winners because some of them have won multiple times, but Luke Russell, last one in 2023, Ronnie, last one in 2022, Mark Selby, last one in 2021, Judd Trump, last one in 2019, Mark Williams, last one in 2018, Stuart Bingham, last one in 2015, John Higgins in 2011, Neil Robertson in 2010, Graham Dott in 2006, and Sean Murphy in 2005. Well, I don't know if you found those. And then the top 10, and it says the top 10 because, as you spotted, there are 11 that there was a tie in 10th place. And you found one of the ties, but not the other. Popmaster TV did finish top, hosted by Ken Bruce after leaving Radio 2. The Finish Line, Deal or No Deal, hosted by Stephen Mulhern. Puzzling, Big Brother. So Brig not finding Big Brother, which, yeah, there it is. And yes, it was back again. In with the Shout, Survivor the Piano, Picture Slam. For the bonus for Brig, Rise and Fall, Clive getting that joint 10th. The other one that was a joint 10th was I Kissed a Boy, the one missing answer on the board. Mine were completely blank, which is embarrassing. It's the way it goes when you put under pressure. It's like, when you say you're a comedian and people ask you to tell them a joke, you immediately forget every word in the English language. It is unlawful in the state of Arkansas to mispronounce Arkansas. Is that right, Stilgar? That feels like something that would be true. Arkansas. Thing is, I live just up the road from a village called Bosham, where it's a place where I play the organ. And it's a very tourist-friendly village, and people come and say, "Oh, so this is Bosham." I say, "No, don't call it that. Where anyone who lives here can hear. They'll chase you out with pitchforks and torches," which is unfortunate because it's only about 20 minutes up the road from Cosham, which is with an SH, a sh sound, whereas Bosham is a Z. Who knows who makes these things up? But there we go. Almost a perfect board for you all. Let's clear it. There's now a sting on this board, and we go through, still on the VR headset leaderboard, but hopefully it's sped up a little bit now. Yes, very sped up, so it's so fast that I can't even see the names, but hopefully you can see your name. Players yet to score, they're on joint 17th. We're getting some points in a minute. There we go. A few players getting 20 and 30. Lots of players joint 8th getting 40, Riff getting 45, and into our top performers. Brig with 50, Clive with 62, Shapes at the top with 70 at the end of round 1. that choppy enough? I hope that's choppy enough. Hopefully you saw your name in there, but it doesn't dwell on the lower positions. It just gives you a slightly longer one on the end. So hopefully that's okay. We're getting points for his own website. That's the way it goes. This week's OQL pack made us read a Russian word containing the weird sh letter. I don't know what that is. My Cyrillic is a bit not great. But we're going to go on. Is it Cyrillic? Russian and Cyrillic, are they one and the same? Or am I making rookie errors again? I don't even know. Let's go on. Round 2. Okie dokie, 3 boards in this round, and starting with this first board, which has got 5 answers on it. And once again, this will be an exhaustive list, so there are only exactly 5 Russian languages Cyrillic script. Thank you, Topper. Hope you're doing well, my dude. There will only be exactly 5 answers that fulfill the criteria that you're given at the top. The most unique answer scores 50 points, with subsequent answers scoring 10 points fewer. You may give 1 answer in total and have 30 seconds. The objective of this is to give the answer that you think fewest other people are going to say. Okay, so there should be at least one fairly obvious answer, but try and go for the rarest answer that you think fewest other people will say. The fewer people say it, the more points you get. Simple as that. Must be a correct answer, though, of course, and I can overrule and override if needs be. Hopefully that all makes sense. 30 seconds, give me 1 answer only. Will only take you for, well, it's on the control now, so you won't be able to give me more than 1 answer. But look for the rarest answer that fulfills the category or the criteria. You've got 30 seconds, and we're looking for one of the 5 UK #1 singles by Lewis Capaldi. One of the 5 UK #1 singles by Lewis Capaldi. Give me something before the time runs out, and there is the time. Okay, let's take a look at any answers I might need to condone first of all. Clive said, I'm not the doctor, but you probably thought I was. No. An R. A complicated. No. Complicated didn't seem to match with anything on my list. Let me just look at my list just to confirm. No. Could you be loved? No. Not close enough. Somebody to love. Here's a difficult thing, because there's a couple that have snuck through that are in the ballpark, and I've now got to be careful that I'm consistent. Budapest, let's get through the wrong one. So Budapest is George Ezra. Beatles are overrated. Yes, they are. I mean, who knows? Love, no answer. No heck include. Treasure, no answer. No answer. Shotgun was again George Ezra, I think, wasn't it? And Bruises, no. So could you be loved and somebody to love? Let me just see what's been condoned so I'm consistent with what people said and what the answer actually is. On the grounds, yeah, I'm going to allow. It's close enough for me jogging that one. Could you be loved? No. But somebody to love, on the grounds that it is similar enough to another answer that wasn't quite right but did get through the spell check. That one I am going to allow for you, jogging. And I'm going to mark it as that. I think contain R2 answer. Was that what you were thinking of, jogging? It's close enough. It's close. I'm making an executive decision. It's close enough to another answer that did get through the spell check that was also not quite right. Okay, 2 of the words were very close to what they were. So, anyway, there you go. Those are all the condemnations that I need to make. So let's take a look and calculate some scores. There was one pointless answer up there. Let's go through the correct answers first of all. 6 people getting 20 points for Someone You Loved. That was the one in question there. Sam, Jog, Christopher, Simpsons, Angle, Random Zombie, and Mark, Someone You Loved, or close enough for the spell checker to accept it, apart from Jogging, who was close enough to someone else who was close enough to the spell checker to accept it. Incidentally, here it will automatically set it to the correct answer, even if that's not exactly what you typed. But yes, 20 points to each of you. Well done. sadness for Pruse, because he was hoping this would be a pointless answer, but it's not. Pointless for 30 points. A Run, Toot and Shapes, each getting themselves 30 points. Well played. 40 points each for the two people who said Before You Go. Battyman and Nando. Very well done picking up 40 points. Nando, incidentally, looking to do the treble tonight. He won the last one on the old software. He won the first one on the new software. If Nando can win tonight, he's done 3 distinctions in a row, which would be unprecedented, I think. Let's go on. One player saying this for 50 points. Wish you the best. Owen Dalton, very well done. 50 points there. And one distinct answer that nobody went for. Forget Me. A very apt title because everyone seemed to forget it. Anyway, I'm hilarious. Yes, Forget Me was forgotten by you all and goes for no points. But that's the way the game goes. Let's clear the board. That drop was out of sync. And go on to our next puzzle. 6 answers in this round. Once again, up to 60 points if you can give me the uniquest answer of the 6. Sticking with music, but a very different style of music. 30 seconds to give me one answer. And we're looking for a Gilbert and Sullivan opera with the word "the" in the primary title. There's time. Oh, OM Dalton and Silver Electron in the nick of time. Both of them wrong answers, unfortunately. Let me take a look at the wrong answers and see if I can make some executive decisions. Technicolor Dreamcoat, that's Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, that's Andrew Lloyd Webber. Question marks from OM Dalton. Madame the Butterfly. Madame the Butterfly is by Puccini. Batty, I think it's Puccini. Was it Verdi? No, I think it's Puccini. Battyman, no answer. King and I, that's Rodgers and Hammerstein, Christopher. Nando, no answer. Silver Electron, Rocky Horror, that was Richard O'Brien, I believe, or he's certainly in it. I can't remember if he wrote it. And Shell, no answer from you. So nothing I need to condone there. Behave to. Let's calculate the scores. And once again, we have got one distinct answer. Lots of people going for this first answer, though, for 20 points. Unsurprisingly, 8 players saying The Pirates of Penzance. Fetz, Jog, Colin, Lottibus, Simpsons Angle, Random Zombie, Stilgar, and Natter. All going for The Pirates of Penzance, or The Slave of Duty, to give it its subtitle. 40 points each for the 8 players who went for these 2 answers split. 4 players each going for The Gondoliers, Sam, Clive, Toot, and Shapes for 40 points. And also the Yeoman of the Guard for 40 points. Mark, Riff, Colo, and Arun saying the Yeoman of the Guard also getting 40 points. The Yeoman of the Guard or the Merryman and His Maid. That is the only one of those 3 that I've conducted. It was the first one I conducted, first GNS that I conducted, the Yeoman of the Guard. 2 people going for this for 50 points. The Mikado, BC and Ralph. The Mikado or the Town of Titipu. Titipu. Many lols. And just 1 player going for this one, which I have conducted actually. 60 points to Kegler for the Sorcerer. Very well done. The Sorcerer, or it doesn't have an alternate title. Yes, my name is John Wellington Wells. I'm a something of something in spells. You flush one down and turn it around. My name is John Wellington Wells. That must have been where 999 Springs to Flush Down came from. But yes, the John Wellington Wells one, the Sorcerer. It's quite funny. No, Iolanthe is not one. Iolanthe is just Iolanthe. It's not the Iolanthe. Another example that wouldn't count would be HMS Pinafore. The subtitle has got the HMS Pinafore or The Lass That Loved a Sailor, but on its own, HMS Pinafore wouldn't count. The one distinct answer that you missed, and I don't blame you for missing this one, it's called The Grand Duke. It's the only one that was a bit of a flop, and after this they never worked again, according to Proogs. But yes, unfortunately, no one got that one, the Grand Duke. Touche, OM Dalton. Yes, Iolanthe does have the in it, but with it says the, it doesn't have the word the, so we're covered on the question. Capital T, the word the put in quotes. I don't think you get away with that, but very nice. I see what you're trying to do there. Let's clear that board. If I focus on the right window, boom, out of sync thump. Three little maids from school are we, fell to the brim with goodies glee. Yeah, that's Mikado, isn't it? Is that Mikado? Yes, I think that's Mikado. Anyway, 5 answers on this final board here. Exactly 5 answers to find. 30 seconds to find one. My voice broken possibly. I think it might have done. Might have broken a little bit. 30 seconds, and we're looking for... Change the subject. A city associated one of the 5 busiest airports in Europe in 2023 by passenger numbers. Give me the city, not the airport. And remember, you're after the rarest answer, the one you don't think anyone else is going to say. Remember, everyone else is also playing that game, so bear that in mind. Sadly, not an actor. Shell Kegler, answers quick. If in doubt, name a city is the order of the day here. Let's take a look at the wrong answers. A couple of players going for Frankfurt. Unfortunately not. Atlanta, Rome. No, you'd have thought, but no, not Rome. Liverpool, Frankfurt, Dublin. No answer. Frankfurt and no answer. Yeah, you'd think Frankfurt would get more footfall because I know it's a big connection hub. I had to go to Frankfurt when I went to Australia in 2005. We went via Frankfurt and Changi in Singapore. But no, Frankfurt is apparently not one of the cities associated with one of the 5 busiest airports in Europe in 2023 by passenger numbers. But let's have a look at the ones that are. Nothing to condone there. And once again, we have got one distinct answer. Transfer through Frankfurt on your trip to Prague. Bloody, I suppose Ireland is maybe different flight paths, but yeah, having to transfer on the way to Prague is odd. Yes, that was 15 years ago, though. I don't necessarily know if it's the same in 2023. Anyway, the one I thought would probably be the rarest, actually, a lot of people went for. 7 players going for this for 20 points each. Amsterdam, Sam, Arun, Dalton, Kohler, Toot, Lottibus and Stimson Angle playing the game where you're going for the rarest one, but everyone else is doing that. Yes, Amsterdam. Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam. 5 players getting 30 points for London. Fetzbrigg, Christopher Stuttgart and Silver Electron. That is, of course, London Heathrow. 4 players getting 40 points for Paris. Clive, Random Zombie, Mark and Shapes. Indeed, Charles de Gaulle Airport en Paris, en France. And Nando, the 1 player outstanding. Very well done for 50 points for Istanbul. Istanbul Airport in Istanbul, which is in Istanbul. And once again, one distinct answer that no one got. Any ideas from suggestions from the chat at this stage? Anyone want to have a punt now? The pressure's off. Yeah, Sam's all over it. Sam's the first in. Madrid, Adolfo Suarez, Madrid, Barajas. However you pronounce it. Atlanta, Georgia is one of the busiest European airports. Yes, Madrid is the other missing answer, coming in at number 5 on my list. That is the end of board 3. It's the end of round 2. So let's check in with the scoreboard. Barajas. It's very nice. I've been there. I've been to Mijas in Malaga, in Spain. See how we're getting on. A couple of players. So we have score. Colin is on 20. Moving up the ranks. Oh, Christopher's topper. I see. Hopefully see your name, keep an eye out because it'll blink and you'll miss it. Into the top 2 boards then. Random Zombie, Mark and Kegler all on 100. Sam 120, Arun 130, Nando 135, Clive 142, 160, but currently in the lead with 188 Shapes. You're at the top, Shapes. It's fine. 180. Of course I remember your name, you fool. I just didn't know that you went by it online, was all. I know you put it in credits from time to time, but I was trying not to draw attention to the fact because I got in trouble with that on his stream one time because he puts his real name online but he doesn't refer to himself as it on stream ever, and I started calling him it as a bit of a meme, and I got told off a little bit. So yeah, so I'm just being cautious. I didn't know it was you, Topper, but yes, of course I remember your name, my darling. I hope you're well. Right, we've got another round before the big finale finish, and lots of chance to get points available in this round. So let's go to round number 3. Very amusing, Topper. Right, 3 very different size and shape boards here. 10, 11 and 7 is what you're working with. It's very exciting having boards of different numbers. So 3 boards in here. First answer, it's very, very similar to round 1, except the points are slightly different. The first answerer scores 40 points. Subsequent answerers score 5 points if submitted within 5 seconds of the first answer, just as before. So if you're a slightly slower typer and someone beats you to the punch, you still get some pity points. All boards are beautiful, they are indeed. There's 1 bonus per board, which is worth 60 points, which means technically 180 points up for grabs here, if you can find all 3 bonuses. And once again, you can give me a maximum of 3 answers within 30 seconds, and they can come from anywhere, all from one from each, or 2 from one and 1 from another. It's up to you. So, 60 seconds, type as many answers as you like, no penalties for wrong answers. The one catch with this round is that these boards are not necessarily exhaustive. I will say one of them is definitely not exhaustive. One of them actually is exhaustive, and all of the answers are on there. And one of them is exhaustive, but not really. That's the 7 answer board. It's sort of exhaustive, but also sort of not, for reasons that will become clear in just a minute. Good luck. 60 seconds to tell me up to 3 of a word beginning with the letters PS, a country that has won Eurovision 3 or more times, or a Pokemon that Proogs has heard of. So that's quasi-exhaustive. The exhaustive one is the one in the middle. That does cover all 11 answers. There's our first bonus for Charizard over on the right. So looking for words beginning with PS. 2 more of our countries fine. Oh, and there's the last bonus going to shapes. Last answer on the board, and it's a bonus going to shapes on France. Still a bonus on the left if you can find me some PS words. More than 30 seconds to go. Loads of time. Keep pressing and guessing. And that's your time. Oh, there's one coming in extra time. And it's a bonus as well. Shapes. Picking up 2 bonuses, I think that is going to cement you in the final. Yes, because I get the readout in the log, and then yes, it just sort of comes in bonus time. You've done jolly well there, only missing out 4 of the answers, and you did uncover all 3 of the bonuses as well. So yeah, that one on the right, it's like it's exhaustive, but not. And I know it's sort of like, oh, we've got to get inside Proogs' head a bit, but at the same time, it could have just been name a Pokemon. So it's as it always has been. It's just got a little bit of a personal touch on it. Psalm, pseudonym, psychology, pseudoscience, psoriasis, psychiatrist, and psychic are the words that you found on the PS board. You've covered all the Eurovision countries, and Pikachu, Charizard, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Snorlax are ones that Proogs has heard of, and 2 others. Let's take a look at the missing answers. Psychopath and Salter. Salter is in a book full of psalms, which was one of the other words. But yeah, missing psychopath. Imagine Priest gave something psychopath sort of board to put up, because there are lots of PS words. There are not that many PS words. On the other side, Lucario and Greninja. I've no idea why Priest has heard of those. Lucario I can kind of understand, because we have a friend in the community who's got a similar sounding name spelt differently. But Greninja is one I'd barely heard of. Notes from Proogs here. I'm rubbish with Pokemon and now finally at least recognise some Pokemon names. These are the few that I recognise the names of. I haven't put... and then a note for me about spelling odds. So yeah, could be from Smash Bros. Could be a Smash Bros. Reference, quite possibly. Yeah, but you've done jolly well there. The answers, incidentally, Eurovision answers, they've all won at least 3 times. One is one of the most, is Sweden, 74, 84, 91, 99, 2012, 2015 and 2023. I think tied with Ireland, 1970, 1980, 87, 92, 93, 94 and 96 for Ireland. So, jolly well done. Getting lots of answers there. Let's go and check out the scores going into the final. Connell on 25, Natter on 40, 40, 45, 50, 60, 70, Brig on 80, finishing that slide. Mark Colo, Kegler, Jogger all on 100, Stimps on 105, Silver Electron 115, Lottibus 115, Ralph 120, Arun 130, Riff Fets and 135, Random Zombie, I think that was on 165, Top 6, Clive 185, Sam 205, BC 210, 2, Nando and Shapes in the final, 245, 260 and 345. Okay, it makes me speed through the names. So our finalists there, Toot, Nando and Shapes. Nando in his 3rd consecutive final, looking to do the hat trick. But he's got fierce competition, and Shapes is coming in with a formidable lead, which does give him a very strong advantage coming into the final here, has to be said. So, can Nando make it 3 distinction wins in a row, or is Toot or Shapes about to upset him? How this works now, those are our 3 medalists, gold, silver and bronze. Shapes, Nando and Toot, but not necessarily in that order. There is also a medal available for the highest scoring audience player who's not in the final, so still much to play for and many pennies to be won as we go to the distinction final. So Shapes starts on 345, Nando on 260 and Toot on 245. Here's how it's going to work. Audience, i.e. non-finalists, you're going to be given a category and you're going to have to tell me as many as you can within 60 seconds, similar to the other rounds, except this time you can give me up to 5. This time the questions won't persist. There'll still be that 1.5 gap, but this time it doesn't matter if you're first or not, and you've got 60 seconds to give me up to 5, and it doesn't matter if they're repeats, so I don't think it was quite as important for this round, if that makes sense. Once again, audience, you get more points the rarer the answer. So maybe start thinking of some of those rarer ones, and then as time runs out, give me some of the more commonplace ones, because they're still worth pennies even if loads of people say them. It's best to get 5 of something, rather than trying to think of all rare ones and end up missing out. Then our finalists will have a go and try to identify the same thing, avoiding the answers that our players in the audience game have given. And they keep their scores if they can find a distinct answer, and they lose 5 points for every person who has said it in the audience game, up to a maximum of 100. Or if they give me a wrong answer, then they lose 100 as well. So it's a bit like the pointless final, if you're familiar with that game. But we start, as we always do with our audience game. Shapes, Nando, Toot, you won't be able to answer, so have a think about these. Try and think of some of the rarer answers as we give 60 seconds to our audience to tell us an SI scientific base unit or SI derived unit named after a person. You'll go orange on the board once you've given me 5, and you won't be able to type anymore. So they say the pressure's off because it's not the first to name it. Mark is the first to find 5, followed by Arun. Still got 30 seconds, loads of time to have a think about this. Dalton and Sam finishing off. Shapes, Nando, Toot, do be thinking about some of the rarer ones that you could think of here, but make sure they are correct. Ralph also finding 5. Okay, coming to 15 seconds. Maybe give me some more obvious ones now, just to fill up your pips. Fet's finding 5, Clive finding 5. Jog Stimson finding 5, Rick finding 5, any more? Cola finding 5. And that's your time up. There's a final whistle. Okay, oh my goodness gracious me. I can tell you, Shapes, Nando, Toot, 83 answers have been played in total. None of them breaches the 20-player threshold, which means if you give me a correct answer, you won't lose 100. Only wrong answers will cost you 100 now. And I can tell you, there is one distinct answer. That's a bit of a theme for this game. We have one distinct answer on each of our boards in round 2. And now we've got, excuse me, one distinct answer in round 5. 4 answers up here, just one person have said, and 2 answers 2 people have said. Just to give you some information to work with. So, one distinct answer. Can you unearth it to keep your score? Just a reminder, Shapes, Nando and Toot, you get your score that you came into this round with, plus what you finish with as your final penny payout. So don't worry about that. You're just battling for gold, silver and bronze here. We'll start with Shapes. We'll work left to right and then back right to left. So Shapes, can I have your first answer, please? Starting with Pascal. Pascal. Is that a correct answer? Yes, it is. Pascal is a measurement of pressure named after Blaise Pascal. How many people said Pascal? Just the two. Two players saying Pascal. You lose 10 points. You're down to 3-3-5 and still in the lead. Good start, Shapes. We'll move on to Nando. Your first answer, please. 420 plays Pascal it. Sievert. Or possibly Sievert. I think it's Sievert. Someone tell me. Mark will tell me. Someone will tell me. How do you pronounce it? Is it Sievert? First one was right. Sievert. Is it right? Yes, it is. Sievert is a radiation dose equivalent named for Rolf Sievert. Oh, that's a name that's fallen from grace. Rolf Sievert is the correct answer. How many people said Sievert? 3, losing 15 points, down to 2-4-5, now tying it up with Toot. But Toot's got 2 answers to give. Toot, your first answer, please. Grey. As in 50 Shades of. Is that the SI unit for S&M? Is it right? Yes, it is. Grey. It's absorbed dose of radiation, named for Louis Harold Grey. Cruz here, I haven't put an exception for Grey with an E, as it's wrong, but acknowledge that spellcheck may accept it. Actually, if you had typed it with an E, spellcheck wouldn't have accepted it, because it would have failed the 81% test. It would have come in at 75. But you didn't, so it's fine. Grey is the right answer. How many people said Grey? Just the 2, losing 10 points. You're down to 235 now, Toot. And we're going to go right to left now. So, Toot, can I have your second answer, please? Henry. Or possibly Henri. Is that a right answer? Yes, it is. Inductance, Joseph Henry. Not Henri, possibly, but yeah, Joseph Henry. The SI unit for inductance is a right answer. How many people said, named after Henry Hoover? Well, this dude, you mean? How many people said Henry? Just the 1, losing 5 points. You're down to 232. Bronze position at the moment. Shapes can't drop below you now, but Nando definitely could. So, Nando, can I have your second answer, please? Becquerel. Becquerel. A correct answer? Yes, indeed. Radioactivity. Henri Becquerel. That one is Henri rather than Henry. Henri Becquerel. I'm just worried now if I was having said Henri on the previous answer, I've maybe given you a hint for that one, but entirely accidental if that's the case. Becquerel is the right answer. How many people said Becquerel? If it's 3 or fewer, then you're in line for at least a silver. Let's have a look. Ooh, 5 went for Becquerel. Losing 25 points and dropping into bronze position, which means this last one is slightly academic shaped. Even with the wrong answer, you're going to win the gold, but there's still one distinct answer in there, Shapes. Just for bragging rights, can you find that one distinct answer? The gold is yours, and you want to keep those pennies, but can you find that one distinct answer? Farad. Saying he's going for the less confident of the 2 I still had noted down. What was the other one, Shapes? What was the other one that wasn't Farad that you didn't go with? Dave Kilogram. Newton. I can tell you Newton would have been a correct answer. That's force, named for Sir Isaac Newton. Is Farad a right answer? Yeah, it is. It's capacitance, named for Michael Faraday, from whom we get the cage from. John Pound. These are all very funny. Keep them coming. Farad is a right answer. Is it that one distinct answer? Are we going to get to see my fun distinction animation that we haven't seen before yet? Is it distinct? It's not, but just one person said it. There was one person in the audience thinking, nope, it's not distinct. But my goodness gracious me, what a commanding victory from Shapes there. And the final scores at the end of the game. Nando finishing on the bronze with 220, 2 with the silver on 230, but our gold medalist with a hefty 330 in the final. Your gold medalist is Shapes. Lovely stuff. So, still one distinct answer to unearth. Yeah, Nando's reign of terror comes to an end. His reign of distinct terror comes to an end. But if you've enjoyed Distinction tonight, we are playing it again in 3 weeks' time, and then again also at the special in 4 weeks' time. It's Jogging's written the next one in 3 weeks' time. No, he hasn't. I beg your pardon. Lingo, sorry, has written the one in 3 weeks' time, and the one in 4 weeks' time will be written by our friend Clive. So, yes, a Lingo and a Clive pack of Distinction to look forward to before the season's out, one of which is going to be at the special stream. Let's take a look and see how many points I'm going to give all of yours for your answers that you did give. So Newton was the most popular answer there. 9 players said Newton, getting 6 points. 6 points for each player who said Newton. 9 players also said Watt. Newton, as I said, named after Sir Isaac Newton. James Watt, if memory serves. Yeah, Power, Radiant, Flux. James Watt. The Coulomb, 10 points for the 8 players who said the Coulomb, named after Charles Augustin de Coulomb. That's electric charge. Volt, Alessandro Volta, I believe. That's electric potential and electromotive force. 10 points for the 8 players who said that. 16 points for Amp, for the 7 players who said Amp or Ampere. André-Marie Ampere. Proves like I'm feeling generous to allow Amp, but yes, Amp or Ampere. Kelvin, 7 players going for Kelvin for 16 points, named after... Is it Kevin? I hope it's Kevin. No, Lord. Oh, Lord Kelvin. Thermodynamic temperature. K for Kelvin. The Ohm, 16 points for the 7 who said Ohm. That's electrical resistance, named for Jorg, without any on the end. George Ohm. 20 points for Becquerel, which we had earlier on. 5 players going for that. Well played. Joule, 20 points for the 5 players who said Joule, named after James Prescott Joule. That's energy, work, and heat. 22 players going for Hertz. 22 points for Hertz. 4 players going for that. Heinrich Rudolf Hertz. What a wonderful name. That's frequency. Degrees Celsius also accepted Celsius on its own. Just 3 going for that one for 26 points. Named after Anders Celsius. And again, Prug saying he's feeling generous to just accept Celsius. But yes, degrees Celsius temperature one there. Sievert, which we had earlier on, 26 points. 3 players going for that. 2, which are Grey, we had earlier on, 30 points. Sam and a run. Very well done. 2 for Pascal, which I think, we had earlier on. Blaise Pascal, pressure. Farad, the 1 that we had for Farad. Quite a few 1s coming up. 38 points for Stilgar for saying Farad. Henry, which we had earlier, a run getting 38 points for Henry. Siemens was on a run, also getting that very well. Big points for you, a run. Electrical conductance, that's Werner von Siemens. Also where we get the mobile phone from. And I think there's one more. Weber, Sam again, big points for Weber. Wilhelm Eduard Weber, that's magnetic flux. And the one distinct answer that nobody got. Yeah, a run, you're all over it. We have to boo this man. It's Tesla. We don't have to boo Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla, magnetic flux density, Nikola Tesla. But we have to boo Tesla cars whenever they drive past because of what Elon Musk. No, we have to boo Elon Musk. We boo Tesla cars anytime they drive past. We go, boo! We do. Dylan and I genuinely do that. Every time we see a Tesla, we'll boo it. But yeah, Tesla was the one distinct answer that nobody got, apart from Arun after the fact. That is going to be the end of the game. Let's check out the final scores on our distinction leaderboard. And hoping most people are going to be able to go home with some points. Keep an eye out for your name. And I can tell you that in this game, pennies are paid out at 3 times your score. 3 times your score. Clive finishing on 239 there and into the top 6. Nando, Toot, Arun, BC, Sam and Shapes. So it's Sam who's going to take the lobby medal and Shapes who takes home a big prize. 375. Actually, I don't think that's right, Shapes. Because it should be what you finished round round 3 on plus what you finish round 4 on. Could someone know that in the Discord? I think that's a bug. I think it might have given you what you got in round 3 plus what you finished on in round 4. It's slightly academic, except for penny purposes. You should have got more pennies in your god, and I feel terrible for that. But at the moment, it is at least consistent. But I do want to fix that, because finalists should get what they finished round 3 on plus what they finished round 4 on. Yeah, I don't think they got their round 3 points to pay, possibly. I'll take a look at the code. It'll be a minor bug. But yeah, it is Shapes taking the gold, Toot taking the silver, Nando taking the bronze, and it's Sam taking home the lobby medal. I hope you've all had fun. I'll go to the big cam to wrap up. It's only 10 to 10, but we can have an early night, because next week's looking to be a big one. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes. But thank you again to Proogs for a lovely pack of distinction. I hope you've enjoyed it in the new software and there aren't too many bugs. I see a couple of things coming up in the suggestions channel, which I'll go and read post-stream, and all will be well. But thanks again to Proogs for that. Hope you had fun. You've been playing Distinction. I will see you post-credits. There we go. We switched to emergency backup mic, which means the quality is going to be shit. But yeah, that's the second time that's failed on VoiceMeet tonight. I'm not sure what's going on there. But emergency backup mic to the rescue. This is the one I use for work, because I can only have either headphones or microphone hooked into my multi-box. So why am I leaning into the microphone? Microphone's off. Potato quality, Ben, just like the olden days. Yeah, many thanks to Proogs for that pack. I hope you had a lot of fun with that. And you like the new software. I'll go and check out your comments in a minute. As I think Shapes remarked in the chat not very long ago, next week is a bit of a warm-up for the charity stream, because next week there is a lot going on. At Game Night next Saturday at 8 PM, we have got no warm-up, but straight in with Data Leak, as written by Toot. We've got The Purge by Zeus and The Escape Artist by Quizzle. So some fun at the beginning for everybody, and then it's all dark and scary from there on out. So looking forward to that. That's next Saturday at 8 PM GMT. So please do pop along for that. And say a pseudo warm-up for the charity stream on the 16th of March, which you should all definitely mark in your diaries and come along to. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So please do make sure you come along. Topper, I know, is on hiatus at the moment, but he's got a Moneybags tournament somewhere in the periphery. So So go give him a follow if you like, even more quiz. Ash the Bash, I know, finished his season last week on Friday, so I think he's got a week off, an official week off next week. But he said he might stream anyway on the Wednesday and the Friday at 8 o'clock. But he's got season 14 coming up in a couple of weeks' time, so go give him a follow as well. And yeah, all drama next week. Data Leak, The Purge, and The Escape Artist by Toot, Zeus, and Quizzle, respectively. Should be a good stream, so do come along for that. And as I've been saying on a loop for the last 3 weeks or so, please do mark the 16th of March in your diary. It's Game Night's 400th episode, and it's an all-day charity stream from 11 in the morning till probably about 1 in the following morning. It's going to be really good fun and raising money for a great cause. March the 16th, and that's also going to act as the season, whatever I'm on, 13, bloody hell, season 13 finale, after which I'm taking at least 2 weeks off, mainly for the week after. Doesn't make sense to start a season immediately after a big charity stream, and the week after that is the Saturday before Easter, so I'll be tied up with church stuff. Possibly the week after that, there was something that was in the diary. There was a wedding or something, or was it a? No, I'll tell you what it might have been. It's my niece's birthday, but I've got a wedding in the afternoon, so I can't go to that anyway. So it's looking like season 14 is going to be starting on probably the 6th of April, probably. But keep your eye on the Discord for stuff. Thank you for sharing the shit out of the flyer as requested, Shapes. I'm most grateful to you. Yeah, we do want to spread the word and see if you can coax some other folks on. Let me just see if I can fix this microphone a minute. Okay, it's picking it up now. That one, it should do. Yeah, okay, no idea what that was about. Yeah, I switched it back. I just switched it back onto the this mic, and then I have to change it in Voice Meter, and then I have to change it in OBS. So, yeah, the Lonely Collected alumni gatherings the night before. Appreciate the full promo there, because I remember Nando mentioned to me that they were umming and ahhing between the 15th and the 16th at one point. I was like, oh god, please don't go for the 16th, because that's like a quarter of my audience. It's a good chunk of the audience anyway. If you were all out at that would have been a real clash. So yeah, I know that's the day before. So hopefully we can spread the word there and we can raise some really good money. I have some more information on prizes and things. So we've got on that charity stream, and indulge me a minute just while or don't, you can leave if you like, but indulge me a minute while I talk about the prizes. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 games on that day. We are raising money for the campaign against living miserably, Calm, or the calmzone.net, which is a suicide help group. And I've decided that the winner of all the games that we play on that day will win a Calm Zone sweatband, which is one of the pieces of merch that they do. I thought was one of the coolest. I will probably be modelling one myself on the day. And they are going to be going out to the winners of the games, much like with Quizmas. If we have repeat winners, we'll delegate down the chain of command. So there's no arguments about who wins prizes on the games, because they're all going to be the same. They vote for Fry. That's very encouraging, Shapes. So yeah, a lot of chances to win some nice merch, some sweatbands. There's going to be some donation incentives as well. I'm toying with this idea of this Steam gift code lottery, where I've bought a load of Steam gift codes. It's not just any old games; they're games that I've handpicked, games that I like. I haven't bought them yet, so this is still in transit, as it were. But yeah, I'm planning on spending about £100 on Steam codes to get some decent games. It's going to be about 25 or so. If you donate a certain amount or more, you will the first 25 or so people to donate £25 or whatever or more will get one of those games, but it'll be a lottery. It'll be a Steam code lottery, so you don't get to pick, and there's a bit of a variance of the games that are in there. So that's a bit of an incentive for you to donate. Still talking about milestones and group targets, and we'll continue to talk about those in the fullness of time. But there's going to be a lot going on. But I mean, they're the little perks. The main thing is you get a full day of quiz, and fingers crossed we get to raise some money for an amazing charity as well. Just to reiterate, all my March income from Twitch, so that's subs and bits, anything throughout the month of March, which is basically the charity stream in the 2 previous weeks, will all be going to the charity as well. So anything that you donate through bits and subs that month will be going on to the charity directly as well. So lots of good things happening. Please do mark your diaries, and I make no apology for banging its drum now. I really want it to be a good day, and I want as many people as possible to be there. So please, please, please do come along, even for a little bit, if you can. And yeah, a whole slew of writers are putting in a lot of time and effort to that, and we've got some guests coming along as well. And more said about that in the fullness of time. But that is going to be it from me for this evening. Oh, feels nice. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock finish. So early night for everyone. Might go and watch an episode of something on the telly now, or a film possibly. But thank you once again to our writers for this evening, to Mr. Vertigo for Crossfire, to Prugs for Distinction, and to Lingo for Cryptex. Thank you very much for your efforts, to Kodo for proofing Crossfire as well. I hope you've all had fun. I've had a good night, and like I say, I'm going to be back next week with Data Leak, The Purge, and The Escape Artist. I do hope you can join me for that. Until then, is there anybody to raid? We should probably go raid ESA, shouldn't we? We should probably go raid ESA. ESA Winter 2024. Is anyone we know on? Well, Huds is on a microphone. They've got 3,500 people there. Who's there? We've got Huds there. Anyone else we know? Huds is doing tech, I think. Let's go raid ESA. They've got Command & Conquer Red Alert 2 at the moment. They've got Ape Escape coming up in about an hour. They're a good target to go raid. So let's go hit up ESA Marathon and say, any suggestions for a raid message? Let's say just hashtag ESA maybe? ESA, hashtag ESA. Into the 3,500 people currently viewing it. What's the actual channel? ESA Marathon. So, raid, ESA Marathon. And even though I said I didn't think it worked, someone said that last week they liked the closing video at the end. So we're going to go do that now as we raid into ESA Marathon. Say hashtag ESA. You have been watching Game Night. I've been Royal Flush. Until next week, take care. Peace out. And good night.
Only phone